Welcome to the Liberace Mansion.
Welcome to Under the Vegas Sun, looking at the people, the events, and the news surrounding Las Vegas and the entire Vegas Valley. Hello, I'm Steve Schorr. We are live from the Liberace Mansion. Today is a very, very special show for me. Through your career and my career, I've seen a lot of different things, and I've been very, very honored to do many, many different things. This show is one of the bright spots of my career. I get a big kick out of doing this show. I love the people who've been on the show. This show today is show number 200. 200 shows that we've done. And I'm so honored to be able to have as my special guest in the program the man who I call a friend, an entertainer in Las Vegas who has gained accolades for everything that he's ever done. And I'm so honored that he is my special guest on this show, because he was a special guest on my show, the first show we ever did in the Liberace Mansion. You get a chance to meet him in just a couple of seconds. Stay with us. We'll be right back. He's the star of his own show at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. It's simply called Frankie Scinta, The Showman. Once again, I'm so honored to have him back on our program, a man that I've known since he first came to Las Vegas, a man I've seen in many, many, many shows, and he's just a kick. Welcome back to our show.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
Great to be back.
Okay, how did this all, in the last show, we talked about that you always wanted to do this as a young kid. Be this showman, be in front of the audience. Where did it all start from? I mean, you never took a formal piano lesson, correct?
No.
Everything, you do everything by ear, right?
Yeah, that's how I learned.
That's how you learned.
Took a guitar lesson from an old guy who couldn't even speak English. It was great. Old Italian guy, Joe Polvino. And he didn't like his last name, so he called himself Joe Colby. But he was dead by the time I was like 7. So I took very few lessons.
How did you begin? What was your first song? What did you first think about doing?
I don't even know. I mean, my dad bought my mom one of those little chord organs, and it had push button chords where you push it to get a C chord and F chord, and it was all done by air. There was like you turn it on, you could hear like an engine. Zzz, and
so it wasn't a chord, it wasn't a squeeze box.
No, I could never play that. I could never get the thing, the squeeze. But it was just a little chord thing, and I think it was like around Christmas time. My dad got that for her, and I just holy night, and she didn't play it at all, and I learned how to play it. So then everywhere we went, I would play the piano, everywhere. In school, once I felt the piano, I go, I love this. So I would skip out of class in grammar school and go to the music room. And the music teacher, she goes, how did you learn to do that? I said, I don't know. So she'd let me stay in her class and skip out of classes. Her name was Margaret Riso. She was great. And I'd skip out of, because I hated school. I hated math, I hated social studies, I hated it all. But I did okay. I was an average student, but I loved music. And that's how the whole damn thing started.
No, Joey was older. Joey was 9 years older.
Joey was older.
Was he already doing things?
My grandpa died when I was 6, and Joe was 9 years old. He was in college on drugs. That's a joke. No, he never went to college. No. Yeah, that's right. It's an old joke. He used to love when I say that on stage. Grandpa had 27 grandchildren, and out of them, he gave Joe and I all his instruments.
Really?
Guitars, mandolins, and I played all of them. And I don't know, I just picked up the guitar. By age 7, I was on local TV. And I sang an old, now mind you, there's kids doing Elvis, bless my soul. What's kids 5 and 6 years old, right? They're doing that, they're doing the beat. Shake it up, baby. Now, here's what I came out with. Abbiano shicaredu, ma veru saporito. All right, it's a beautiful waltz.
Sicilian song,
yeah, Sicilian,
right?
About a donkey.
I beg your pardon?
About a donkey. See, because in Sicily, the donkey was the man's everything. It was his transportation. It was his friend. Might have been his kumari for all we know.
Didn't make his wife
You'll
very
have to
happy.
translate that.
Don't translate it.
So that's the song. Of course, I didn't win the competition, but I kept going, man. I loved it. By the age 9, my uncle had a friend with a banjo thrown in his attic. My dad put it together.
And you played banjo.
I learned to play the tenor banjo. By 10, I was on Ted Mack Amateur Hour.
No, you weren't.
Swear to God.
Ted Mack's Amateur Hour.
That's right, out of New York City. For you young kids, it was like America's Got Talent.
It was the original America's Got Talent.
It is. And I didn't win, but I was like second runner-up.
What did you do on the show?
Tootsie, goodbye. California, here I come. Right, and then Bye Bye Blues, played the hell out of the banjo with the garter belts on my arm and a little straw hat. That got me on the Merv Griffin show.
No.
Yep.
Out of Philadelphia?
Yeah, it was kind of like the Ellen show, but a guy and not as funny. And that was it. And by the age 13, once I became a teenager, I wasn't cute anymore. And I just performed around
Western. You were cute before then?
Huh?
So you thought you were cute before then?
I was cute. I was real tall, good looking.
You were tall.
I was a cute kid, but once you're a teenager, the hair was long and I thought it was cool. I started touring around Western New York and I played the Jewish Alps, Grossinger's.
Oh yeah, big time.
Catskill
Mountains.
Mountains.
Big time, Catskills.
15-piece orchestra.
Oh yeah, big, huge.
Doing Jolson songs,
yeah.
And then I brought Chrissy on stage. She was 5 years old when I first.
She would tear him up. She would tear him up.
I would bring her up with oh, you beautiful doll, you great big, and she'd sing, Ma, he's making eyes at me. And I wrote these little medleys that went into each other, and she would you got to picture a 5-year-old girl in a little skirt with the little, with the fringe, and she came up singing and just blew the house down. And she was not good, she was great.
There's a part of your show today that I kind of feel as though goes back to the years before. You love impersonating various individuals in your show. Yeah, you do Jolson, you do Satchmo, you do. Where did that begin? And what's your favorite to do? Besides Sinatra, we're going to save Sinatra for a little bit later, but
I don't think
Sinatra,
I don't personally think I do any of them well.
Really?
No, I don't. I'm not like an impressionist like some of these great guys are really, they live their life to be impersonated. I'm more of a caricaturist. Like when I do Dean Martin, it's more like it's just like, you think like you're drunk, like I was last night. And I just, a cigarette in the hand and a drink, and this would be the size of the drink. And I go, I'm gonna go over to the couch. And that was my Dean Martin. My favorite, I don't know, I really love George Burns. I always loved him, even as a little boy. Now, kids don't know who the hell he is.
George Burns and Gracie Allen, probably the best stand-up, straight, and funny people that you ever came across.
Well, if you don't know him, you gotta just Google George Burns. And it just was, he was just cute. He just had a way about him. He talked real soft and he'd repeat himself a lot. And I love doing him. Did you hear the song I did with George? I can't do it now because it'd be your last TV show.
That's right.
It'd be your last
I heard
show.
it. Yes.
Yeah. But it's cute. It's a little off color. I love doing him. I like doing them all, but I don't think I do any of them.
But you do Louis Armstrong, amazing.
Yeah, I always liked him. I like the icons. There's no more icons today. Who are you going to imitate today?
Gaga. You can't imitate Gaga?
Lady Gaga? Well, I've worn a meat suit once or twice.
How about Bruno? Can you do Bruno?
Bruno Mars? I don't know. I don't impersonate him. He's very talented, though.
He's very talented.
I love the guy. You know what I love about Bruno Mars? He's young. He's gifted. He kept his class.
And he sings. He doesn't lip sync.
No, he really sings.
Yeah, he sings.
And he's gifted. He's a gifted, young, class entertainer.
Can you do Britney?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Oh, baby, baby. That's about it.
That's it. So give us a little bit of Louis Armstrong.
Oh, jeez. You're really throwing me curves.
I know, I'm sorry.
I see skies of blue, clouds of white. I hope my white girl shows up tonight. It's me. I loved Louis. Those were the greatest of the great. You could hear them on the radio and knew who they were. Today, it's like, who is that? I mean, there are some great artists today. I have a lot of respect for some of them. But the Sinatras, the Dean Martins, Johnny Mathis. Sammy Davis.
Sammy was incredible.
He was great,
Yeah.
baby.
Sammy was an amazing performer. I've always said that of all the people that I've ever seen on the stage in Las Vegas, Sammy's got to be among the top 5 of all time.
They all loved him. The Rat Pack loved him. And you know, Frank Sinatra, when he worked with Frank Sinatra, at that time, our nation was a little ignorant. And Sammy Davis could only walk through the back door of the casino because he was black.
But Sinatra stood up for him.
Oh, man.
He
was
stood
that
up
great?
for him and made it happen for him.
He said if Sammy Davis Jr. walks through the back door of that casino, everybody's going to walk through the back door. God bless you, Mr. Sinatra. So that night, Sammy Davis walked through the front door of the casino. And that's the way it should have been in the beginning. Sammy could do better impersonations than anybody. Anybody. And he could dance. He did it all. And he really was great. He really was.
I probably saw his show in Las Vegas easy 15, 20 times.
Really? See, I envy you.
times.
I never saw him live.
And when he did Candyman, that entire audience went crazy. Went crazy.
Huge hit.
It was a massive hit for him.
Even kids today know that voice. They know, even if they know the songs, you know what I mean? They ring a bell to these kids.
Exactly.
Because of the mob movies, you know, Dean Martin, how lucky can one guy be? Ba-da-da-da. Those guys, the kids know them.
Okay, I am going to put you on the spot.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to put you on the spot. We're going to take a break for a couple seconds. When we come back,
okay,
I want you to do Sinatra. Because I love you doing Sinatra. It's a lot of who I think you become as a performer. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. You'll see what I'm talking about.
I hate when he does this.
Hello, my name is Martin Ravenhill. I am the proprietor, owner of the Liberace Mansion, and I welcome you and invite you to explore all of the incredible features we have available at this historic house. Liberace lived here from 1974 until his death in 1987. Since then, I've been able to remodel and restore this house to its former glory. Here we have 15,000 square feet of amazing historic space available for weddings, ceremonies, corporate events, and charity fundraisers. The Liberace Mansion. There is no place like it in the world.
You know, very times you hear people say he or she is an entertainer's entertainer. Our very special guest in the program, once again, I believe, is an entertainer's entertainer, Frankie Scinta. And you are an entertainer's entertainer. I always love when I go to your show and see other entertainers who are in the audience because they just want to be around and they want to see your show. That's got to make you feel special.
It always does, man. It's an honor to have somebody that does what we do to come and see what you do. Always. It's a great feeling. When they're a big star, it's really a good feeling.
And you've had the big stars. I've
Sure
been there
have.
when you've had the big stars.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. That was quite amazing. Sat in the back and just enjoyed the show, and get a pat on the back from a guy like him, who's another gifted individual.
Gifted talent. So I know I put you on the spot. Whenever I go to your show, I kind of wait for you to do Sinatra. It is you not only have a persona, but you put yourself, that little bit of Frankie Scinta, into Frank Sinatra. It's like a combination of the two. I don't know if you even realized it.
No, because I like I said, I just do a caricature of them. I mean, I do what I feel I felt when I saw them. You know what I mean? I don't know if I can explain it, but I do what I see in them. That's what when I sing them. Their phrasing, their voicing. I don't even know if it's good. I just have fun doing it.
You're at the South Point in a great showroom. I think it's a wonderful showroom.
State of the art.
People are right up next to you. You can't. There's not a bad seat in the house. You can see almost the entire audience because of the way that it's designed. You kind of get the experience from the audience, don't you?
Yeah, it's great.
It's cool place.
You feel everything, and that's immediate gratification. Or like the night I was telling you about in the last show, immediate oh, this ain't working. But that only happens once out of 100 shows. I live for this.
So can you give us a little Sinatra?
You kill me. So whenever I do this song, I don't like doing the song because everybody does it. But whenever I do it, I take it from this verse because this is true. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing, and now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way, oh no, not me, I did it my way. I like that verse.
You give to that song that part of Frankie Scinta. It is, to me, as a member of the audience, a bit of letting yourself free, letting yourself go. And I know sometimes it's very hard to do as a performer. It's very hard for me to do on this show, to kind of let myself go. But you do it often in your shows. You do it in a way that brings the audience in. I know I've asked this of a number of different people. Your performances, for you or for the audience?
Never been for me.
Never.
Never. I've never performed for me. I guess it helps me because I live to do it, but I've always performed for them. It's always for them. I want to make them smile. I want to make them laugh. I want to make them cry. I want to make them feel. I want to make them go home and hug their family and say, damn it, I know we fought yesterday, but I love you. That's what I live to do. And if I could continue to do that, when I can't do it anymore, I'll walk off the stage and entertain my grandbabies.
You've got Pete, an amazing drummer.
Backbone. He's my backbone.
He's been with you for 17 years?
30
No.
years.
30 years. He's
30
the adopted Scinta.
He certainly is. He's my go-to guy on stage.
Now you have Janine Valentine.
Janine Valentine, very gifted,
amazing
performer.
Very.
She loves the stage. She's from my hometown too. Who knew, right? She loves to perform. She's a great singer. Not only pop, she sings opera. And she gives it everything she has every time she walks on that stage. And that's what I love about the people I work with. They all give it all.
This is an amazing piano. This was Liberace's touring concert grand, Baldwin, built in 1919. Not too many people have an opportunity to play this amazing instrument. I know that you're here as friend, and I know that that I honor your friendship. If I were to say to you, Frankie, if you could perform one thing for the audience, if you only could do one song or one performance, what would you do? I give up. I give up.
That isn't what you were thinking?
That's not what I was thinking.
I don't know what the hell I would do. I'm not worthy. I'm not even worthy to play this piano.
Yes, you are.
They're going to have to clean it when I'm done. I don't even know. I mean, I just...
okay, one of the things that I know your late dad loved,
yes,
was The Godfather.
Yeah, he loved the theme of The Godfather.
He loved the theme of The Godfather.
What old Sicilian didn't, right? I think that's all I know of it.
Wow. That's why he loved it. That's why he loved it.
I wish I wrote it.
Yeah, I know. There is a time when you give thanks to the audience. Every single show I've ever been to with you, you've always given thanks to the audience. You never leave the stage without giving thanks to the audience. You said just a short while ago that if you couldn't do this, that you would one day just give it up. I can never picture that happening. Tough question for you. You're now at the South Point. You've been, as I had mentioned earlier, you've been at the Hilton Hotel, you've been at the Sahara Hotel, the D, the Plaza Hotel. You've been in some great showrooms.
The Rio was
that was
the long
That was my
life.
favorite, the Rio. It was the Scinta showroom.
They're going to tear it down to build a baseball stadium.
I know. It's such a shame. But
unbelievable.
If you could do anything, my friend, what would you do?
In life, if there was one more thing,
Yeah.
I would love a TV show of my own. A variety show where I could come out, say hello to the crowd like I do every night.
Be Steve Schorr.
That's exactly right. I couldn't be that good, but he can't play the spoons. I would have a variety show, some guests. I'd love to sing a song with the guests.
Or two.
If it was a Garth Brooks, love to have him do a song, then maybe do a little duet with a guy like that, and promote their next gig and make people laugh. No politics. Just fun.
No politics.
No, like
please, no
Carol
politics.
Burnett did, like Johnny Carson did. Enough is enough. We know somebody likes this guy or hates that girl. We know. Let's laugh. Let's have fun while we still have time to do it.
That's the whole idea behind Under the Vegas Sun. It would be a wonderful part of who Frankie Scinta is. I agree with you. That would be a cool thing for you.
I would love it.
I think it's part of your humor.
I'm just honored to be a part of your show.
Part of your personality.
Thank you, brother.
I am, like I've said many, many times before, I'm honored to be your friend. And you've gone through so much in your lifetime. I've seen you go through all of these things and come out on top. And I think the audience, those who live in Las Vegas, who have seen your show, those who have not seen your show, those from out of town who've never seen your show, they need to be able to see this amazing performer, because you are a lot of what Las Vegas used to be, what the lounges, what the showrooms used to have. And I'm so proud that you're here, and so proud that you've been here. Show number 200 with Frankie Scinta.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my friend. You've been
my pleasure.
a great friend.
You're a great man.
We'll have some closing words in just a couple of seconds. Stay with us. You know, you sit here and you watch a performer like Frankie Scinta play this amazing piano, and you say to yourself, it's so good to have performers like that still around. Las Vegas over the time and over the years has always been a place where you could go to the lounges and see some fantastic shows. Well, there's still great shows here. You just have to find them. And I'm telling you, go to the South Point, see this guy, Frankie Scinta, the showman, and I promise you, you'll enjoy the show, because it is what Las Vegas has always been about, and that is entertainment. Until the next time, I'm Steve Schorr. Be safe and enjoy life under the Vegas sun.